podcasts. She runs the Dog Cognition Lab at Barnard College. Here's a small question with a perhaps gigantic answer, but why dogs? Why are they the animal that have become the primary human companion?
It might be that dogs partly chose us, right? So some are out there's a wolf podcast, and they're saying, why humans? What was it about them? And they think, well, maybe humans were going somewhere.
God, I want to hear that podcast so bad.
Me too. But I think they partly chose us. There was a coincidence of mutual interest or mutual tolerance. And then there were some things about wolves' constitution that makes them good for pairing with us. So you want to make a dog. There are just a few ingredients. You'll need wolves, humans, a little interaction, mutual tolerance, mix thoroughly, and wait, a few thousand years. Or, if you're the Russian geneticist Dmitry Belyaev, you simply find a group of captive foxes and start selectively breeding them. In 1959, Belyaev began a project that has greatly informed our best guesses as to what we believe the earliest steps of domestication were. Instead of observing dogs and extrapolating backward, he examined another social canid species and propagated them forward. Though Vulpes vulpes, the silver fox, is distantly related to wolves and dogs, it had never before been domesticated. Despite their evolutionary relatedness, no canids are fully domesticated other than the dog. Domestication doesn't happen spontaneously. What Belyaev showed was that it can happen quickly. Beginning with 130 foxes, he selectively chose and bred those that were the most tame, as he described it. These tame foxes were allowed to mate. The tamest of those were mated when they were old enough, and they're young, and they're young. After 40 years, 3/4 of the population of foxes were of a class the researchers called domesticated elite, not just accepting contact with people, but drawn to it. He had created a domesticated fox. Incredibly, by selecting for one behavioral trait, the genome of the animal was changed in a half-century. And with that genetic change came a number of surprisingly familiar physical changes. They have floppy ears and tails that curl up and over their backs. Their heads are wider and their snouts are shorter. They are improbably cute.
When you write about why dogs fit so well with humans, you also make the point that physiologically they're not that unlike us. I mean, they are quadrupeds, but they face forward, they don't hop or slither or whatever. They walk with us, things like that.
And there are a lot of things, absolutely, just about them that appeal to us. These are furry animals that have a face, which is somewhat recognizable, right? And in fact, as we've bred dogs, we've made them even more recognizable with flatter faces, sort of more